was the last day of 4th grade, and I was supposed to go home with my friend Jason. Usually my mom picked me up, but that afternoon, a man waved me over. He said he was Jason's uncle, and that Jason's dad had asked him to bring me. My teacher let me go with him. We got into his red car. Something felt off when I noticed Jason wasn't with us. I asked, and the man said Jason was already waiting at his house. Instead of heading toward familiar streets, he drove to a house I didn't recognize. Inside, every curtain was closed. The air felt heavy. He told me Jason was downstairs and disappeared. Panic hit me. I found the kitchen phone and whispered to 911, "Please help. I've been taken." I left the line open and tried to stay quiet. When the man returned, he tried to drag me into the basement. I screamed, fought back, but he locked me down there anyway. The room was bare concrete, one dim bulb, no escape. Minutes felt like hours, until the sound of sirens shattered the silence. Police stormed the house and pulled me out. The man was arrested. He wasn't Jason's uncle at all, just someone who knew Jason's father. I never saw him again. To this day, I wonder what would have happened if I hadn't picked up that phone. On the last day of high school, a storm ruined our beach plans. Instead, a few friends and I decided to explore the old elementary school before it was demolished. Mark had a bat and broke us in through a back window. Inside, the place felt frozen in time. Tiny desks, dusty chalkboards, kids' art still on the walls. Lightning lit the hallways as we explored. Then we all froze. A figure stood in a classroom doorway. The second our flashlights hit, it slipped back inside. We panicked and hid in a kindergarten room. The storm boomed outside. Then slowly, the door creaked open. A head peeked in, motionless, just staring. In a lightning flash, I saw its face, pale and still. Mark forced open a window, and we scrambled out one by one. I was the last to crawl through. When I glanced back, the figure was still there, watching. The school was demolished later that year. We never found out who or what was inside. In college chemistry class, I sat next to a quiet guy named Ethan. He was brilliant and often helped me with homework. I thought he was just being nice until the last day of class, when he asked me out. I politely said no. That night, he started texting nonstop. I told him I was out of town to give myself space, but the messages got darker. Accusations, rambling confessions, even threats. At 3 a.m., he sent a long text about how I used him. I showed my dad, and we called police. Days later, I heard knocking at my door close to midnight. I froze. Then a voice said, "It's me." My blood ran cold. It was Ethan. I shouted that my father was home and he left, but I barely slept that night. The police tried to track him down, and after that, he vanished. I never saw him again. I don't know if he moved, dropped out, or something worse. But I learned one thing. Sometimes, the scariest people aren't strangers. They're the ones who act like they're helping you.